Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Today's video is something that I thought would help out a lot of people. I know that a lot of my girlfriends have told me that they do not really wear false eyelashes even though they would like to, and it is all because they don't know how to apply false eyelashes and they're kind of scared of them. And I 100% understand that. It is intimidating and you just don't know where to begin, you don't know what you're doing, and it's kind of tricky to make it look good when you're just starting out with them. When all that hassle goes down and the eyelash ends up looking not that great, then of course it's going to put you off from the whole thing completely. That's what happened to me as well. The first time I tried false eyelashes, it ended up looking so bad. I just gave up. I thought, no way, I'm never going to do that. It's just way too tricky. But you watch some tips and tricks from people who share their talents and skills and little techniques and whatnot, and you just start practicing. And once you get a hold of it, you're a pro in no time. So that's why I decided to do this video, because I hope that my techniques and little tips and tricks help some of you guys out as well, and maybe encourages you to try applying false eyelashes. Actually, it is not that difficult at all, and as I said, once you get a hold of it, it will come naturally and it will look great, and you probably won't be able to be without them, just the way I am right now. I'm going to stop talking now and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to curl your eyelashes. Unless you have naturally very curly and voluminous lashes on your own, then you're fine. But if you have something that looks similar to what I have going on my eyes, which is just plank straight lashes, you're gonna need to curl them. Just because if you apply falsies on top of lashes that are just very straight, you can distinguish them from the falsies so well. If you look up close, or even if you just stand next to the person and you see their profile, you can see the straight natural eyelashes peeking through from those nice and voluminous and curly falsies. So that is why curling my eyelashes, for me personally, is an absolute must if I want to make sure that the eyelashes are going to blend in with the falsies. A good trick to make the eyelash curling even more effective is to keep pressing down on the curlers whilst you are moving upwards on the lashes. So you start closest to the roots and you keep pressing it down and just slightly moving the curler away from your eye. Once you have your eyelashes curled, it's time for mascara. Now, this is something that is kind of optional because some people prefer to apply mascara after they have applied falsies on their eyelashes, but I personally don't like to do that, simply because there are two reasons. First of all, when you apply the falsies on your eyelashes, there's really nothing for them to stick to, if that makes sense. Of course, you are gluing them on your eyelids essentially, but you want to get them as close to the roots as possible so that it would look as natural as possible. But if you have mascara on your eyelashes already, it helps the falsies just stick to your eyes even better, in my opinion. Secondly, if you apply the mascara on your natural eyelashes, of course they are going to apply to the falsies as well. And when you apply mascara on the falsies, you are actually lessening their lifespan, so to say. It starts getting gunky after several applications, and you know, they're just not going to last as long. I've done it both ways, and at least in my opinion, they just look so much nicer without mascara on them. So that is why I prefer to put mascara on my eyelashes first and then go in with the falsies. But as I said, it is totally optional, so it is up to you to decide which way you want to go. I'm going to apply some Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara by L'Oreal. The good thing about wearing falsies is that you don't have to spend as much time perfecting your eyelashes with the mascara as you would without falsies, because you are pretty much covering them up anyway. Now is the part where the falsies come in. Today I am using the House of Lashes Starlet Lashes. Those are the newest to my lash collection, and I'm really enjoying them. I have actually worn those lashes already a couple of times, so they are not brand new. When you're taking the lashes out of the case, you want to start peeling them from the outer part and peeling them inwards. Otherwise, you will risk tearing the lashes or messing up the band, basically, because the adhesive that holds the lashes in this case is quite strong. Take them from the edges and peel them off. The next thing you want to do is you want to shape them So what I like to do is I like to take the outer part and the inner part, and I don't know if you can see, I just do like this. I'm basically stretching the whole band, and that way it is nice and curvy. The next thing you want to do is you want to clip the eyelashes to fit your eyelid. Now, because I have worn these lashes, I have already clipped the outer parts of the lashes to fit the length of my eye. This is actually the most important part, because normally falsies are made especially long so that you could clip them to the size that you need. Now, this part is somewhat tricky, because if you cut too much, then the lash will be too short for your eyes, and this will look slightly weird. If you don't cut enough and the lash is too long for your eyelids, it will be super uncomfortable to wear. It will make the inner corners and the outer corners of your eye itch like crazy, and because of the itchiness, your eye will start watering excessively, which in itself will basically prevent the eyelash from sticking properly, because water and glue, they don't really mix all that well. So yeah, your eyelashes will not stick on properly, and they will start peeling way more quickly. And finally, it doesn't usually look very flattering either. It kind of droops the eye and makes them more sad looking. So all in all, it is best to clip them to fit your eye shape. The way that I do it is usually I place the lash without anything on my eye. I first make sure that the inner part lines up with where my natural eyelashes start, maybe even somewhat further away. But you want to make sure that you don't place the inner corner of the lash too close to the tear duct, because that is, as I said, what's going to cause the itching and the irritation and the watering of the eyes. So just line them up pretty much where your natural eyelashes grow, and then just make sure that the outer corner of the eyelash would actually end at the same part where your natural eyelashes end as well. If you follow that rule, you should be okay. At least that's what works for me. And of course, if you place them and you feel that they are still somewhat uncomfortable, feel free to cut slightly more, but just make sure that you're very careful with the clipping and that you don't go too crazy in with the scissors. And once you have the lash cut to the perfect length, all that's left to do is apply some eyelash adhesive. I like to use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, which is formaldehyde. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It's free of that. And also this is latex free, and this is a clear one. When you apply it, it looks white, or sometimes it can even look blue on the band. Once it dries down, it will go completely clear, transparent. So this is somewhat of a safer option, because if you're a beginner, or if you're just someone who is not comfortable with applying false eyelashes, then going in with a black eyelash adhesive and misplacing it somewhere, you are pretty much ruining your eye look. I love this glue because it holds the lashes in place all day long. This doesn't irritate my eyes. And also, this has a little brush applicator, so it is easy to apply it on the lash, and it is also drugstore and affordable. So there you go. I usually hold the lash like this, and then I start applying from the mid part, and then just brushing inwards, outwards, and I'm making sure that I'm not applying too much glue. The only parts where you can apply excess glue is the inner and outer corners, to make sure that those will not start peeling off during the day, and then you dry them. And now I like to apply them with tweezers. Again, it is absolutely personal preference. Some people like to use their hands, well, their fingers, but I get a more precise application using tweezers. I take the eyelash from the middle part with the tweezers. I do not close my eyes. I tilt my head backwards. I take the mirror really close to my face so that I can see exactly what I'm doing and where I am placing the eyelash. The other thing, I am not placing the lash just like straight on. I am tilting the lash upwards as well, because that way the lash will lift the eye and open up the eye and really give that voluminous effect, because otherwise when you place the lash just flat out, kind of straight on your eye, then it will do the opposite effect. It will close off the eye, and we don't want that. So it just gives a more voluminous effect if you apply the lashes tilted upwards, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I'm probably very bad at explaining, but I'm doing my best. The first thing to do is make sure that the middle part is sticking to the eyelid. And as I said, you want to get them as close to the natural lash line as possible. So once the middle part is on. I then put the outer corner in place, and lastly the inner corner. And once you have the eyelash on and you can feel that it already sticks to your eyelid, what I like to do is I like to press the lashes in with my falsies. And then you can also use just your finger to, wiggle them in place. And there we have it. That is one eye done. Now the eyelashes are on and you have done the main bit, and you can leave it like that. But I like to do this one teeny tiny extra step, which is called tight lining. And that, in my mind, makes everything even more beautiful. So I'm taking the Anastasia waterproof cream color in the shade Jet, which is just a black gel eyeliner. This definitely takes some getting used to because it is very uncomfortable, especially at first, but you get used to it. So that's it, guys. There's just one thing that I forgot to say while I was applying the falsies. If you are using a latex glue, then just make sure to give it more time to sit on the false lash and get tacky. If you're using something like I'm using, which is latex free, then you can pretty much let it dry for like 5 to 10 seconds and apply it on the eye, because if you wait too long, then it's not going to stick to your eye anymore. I wanted to get that out there as well, that if you're using something with latex, then just give it more time. But if you're using something that is latex free, like the one that I was using in today's video, give it a few seconds and you'll be good to go. I just hope that my little techniques help you apply false eyelashes, or at least encourage you to try and apply false eyelashes. So that's how I'm going to end this video, in the hopes that it was helpful to someone. Thank you again so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!